Good morning, Chattanooga. Here's a quick look at the top 5 news stories you need to know today. First of all, the war is on. Georgia's Senate has passed a resolution to move the state line and claim water from the Tennessee River. And if Tennessee doesn't agree, the dispute could go before the Supreme Court. If it comes to that point, more than 30,000 Tennessee residents, including those in East Ridge and St. Elmo, could wake up one morning in a new state without ever having moved. Georgia Senator David Shafer says TVA has identified the Tennessee River as a likely source of water for North Georgia, but TVA says it's never recommended using the river that way. In the past, Tennessee lawmakers have said Georgia has no right to Tennessee water, and that they will not agree to such a resolution. Next up, hours after Chattanooga gang leaders agreed to a ceasefire, no blood has been shed in the city. The question now on everyone's minds is how long will the truce last? Chattanooga has more than 40 documented criminal street gangs, though only 5 are considered violent. This month alone, at least 16 people have been shot and 3 have been killed. Gang experts say truces don't happen every day, and when they do, it's impossible to gauge how long they'll last. Sometimes a couple of days, other times years. The current plan is for Chattanooga's gangs to meet periodically, and whenever necessary, in hopes of keeping the peace. Next up, the Georgia Department of Corrections is charging an advocacy group $250,000 for public records about malfunctioning locks and prisoners recently killed at Hays State Prison. The Southern Center for Human Rights declined to pay the high fee. They say officials are breaking Georgia's open records law by making records nearly impossible to obtain. Corrections officials say it will take every employee looking through every file, a total of 10,000 business hours or 5 years of work, to fill just one records request. Officials say 2 Civil War-era cannons have been vandalized at the DeLong military reservation in Missionary Ridge. One of the cannons was turned into the ground and had minor damage. The other was turned over and broken completely. The reservation will remain closed while park rangers investigate and repair the cannons, which weighed close to 1,000 pounds. Officials say those responsible for the vandalism could face fines and prison time. And finally, a Silverdale Baptist Academy student is recovering after being stabbed in a Target store while on spring break in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 16-year-old Allison Meadows was reportedly stabbed multiple times in the arm and once in her back, which caused her lung to collapse. 4 other people were also stabbed in the attack, and a suspect was arrested at the scene. Meadows underwent surgery Monday and is expected to make a full recovery. And looking at weather, today will be mostly cloudy with a high near 46 degrees. The low tonight is around 29. I'm Harrison Keeley. For more on these stories and updates throughout the day, follow us on Facebook and visit timesfreepress.com.